Okay, so let's start. That's on a project that that we joined in 2022. Media Art on Wikipedia is the name of this project, and it was a three-year project initiated in 2021 by Lima, the Amsterdam-based digital media platform. Among the funding partners were also the Stedelijk Museum, Amsterdam, the Van Abbey Museum, and others. The aim of the project is threefold: to increase the online visibility of media art for national and international collections, to create more awareness for the artists and their works among a broader audience, and to make the metadata and artists and artworks accessible as linked open data through Wikidata. The project has been divided in two main areas of work that we, Anika and I, will present today. First, to conduct Wikipedia editathons, to create articles on the artists, and also metadata modeling and import workflows set up for media arts to bring them or their metadata into Wikidata. Releasing metadata on media art through Wikidata offers several advantages. By publishing data via Wikidata, it becomes part of the linked open data network. The data becomes linked to terms, related concepts, events, people, and other entities within Wikidata. It becomes, so to say, semantically enriched. Wikidata assigns a QID to each entity that is created. This QID acts as a persistent identifier. Each QID can also include references to the original data sources. This enhances the visibility of the institution and ensures transparency. Metadata can be seamlessly integrated with other datasets when it is published in Wikidata. By storing metadata in Wikidata, there is an assurance that the information will be preserved over time also. Wikidata is an open and collaborative network that allows collaborative editing by the global community, and thus the integration of information from multiple sources. Even if using Wikidata has many advantages, it also raises problems that come with that democratic approach. The collaborative nature of Wikidata as global information resource implies that once you uploaded your data to this platform, you no longer own it. You will give up control. The collaborative process takes over and may change sensibly crafted information. Deploying to Wikidata thus means letting your data go and flow. Therefore, Wikidata is not perfectly suitable as long-term storage, even if it is very sustainable and reliable as technical information infrastructure. Modeling media art in Wikidata was a challenge that becomes obvious with videos that have been taken from performances, like this example here. Here we see a screenshot of a video, and at the side the metadata of a video recorded at the performance AAAA by Marina Abramovic and Ulay. A Betacam SP copy of the original recording is contained in the collection of the ZKM. The primary artwork is the performance itself that has been taken place in Lüttich. The Betacam SP tape is a physical derivative that has been recorded. It is a physical artwork. It is also important to note that multiple variants of the recording may exist. Furthermore, performances may have been performed multiple times. These relations can be modeled by making use of the Ferber schema. Ferber stands for Functional Requirements for Bibliographic Records. Ferber defines 4 levels of entity types. Work is a distinct intellectual or artistic creation. It's an abstract entity. The conceptual artistic work, AAAA, in case of this example. A work is realized through an expression which is also abstract. An expression is the intellectual or artistic realization of the work. In case of our example, it is realized through the act of performing the work. When we record the intellectual or artistic content, we move from the abstract to the physical entity of the manifestation. This is the physical embodiment of an expression of work. In reality, a manifestation is itself an abstract entity, but it describes and represents physical entities, the items that have the same content and carrier. The level of the items, however, would go too deep into the physical objects held by the collection and was not needed in the context of that project. Fortunately, Wikidata already provides properties to express the further relationships between the three entity levels that are relevant to us. So we can easily express all entities related to the conceptual artwork AAAA as an entity of the type work of art, which itself is a concept. The actual performance that took place is an expression of the conceptual work. This is expressed by the relationship expression on. The analog video recording in black and white is the manifestation related to the performance by the property manifestation of. The artist can be associated with these entities by using the creator of relation. To keep the lecture short, I'll skip the workflow and we'll move to Anika's part.
Thank you. Okay, so I had as my part the more hands-on side of the things to actually get the data online, which was not existing data at that point, but the idea was to write many articles for this project and organize an editathon, which left me or started me with a pretty blank page because I had never written an article on Wikipedia. I had never participated in an editathon or organized one. So that started me out with a slight panic, and then I thought about it, and then eventually it made me I started the work. And fortunately I was able to join Lima, the partner organization that was also approaching to write articles and had just organized an editathon where I took part, and that allowed me to talk to many people and also other institutions on how to do and how to approach this. And I learned two things. We definitely need a project page on Wikipedia to show what it is, to show our results, and to use the not for that, but it was very helpful to actually use the just freshly imported data to generate our data lists with the Sparkle and actually find out, in this case, what articles we want to write, because we used all the data that we imported and tried to find artists that we had just freshly imported to Wikidata. The second thing they said is we need a dashboard, which I also did, which basically sets you up with the articles that you want to write, and to make sure that you don't, that not 5 people write on the same article. And then you also have, in the end, the results for that, which is, of course, for us to some degree important, but I'll come to that later. So I still had 2 main questions, which was how do I get people to come? And how do I get people to stay and write? And fortunately, here we have great resources. So the library was supporting us with talks and a tour through the library, and also showing how to research the important facts that we need for Wikipedia to get these articles online. Margaret was there to give a talk and an introduction to media art, and we had someone from Wikipedia to actually give us an introduction for the on how to write articles, especially biographical articles, and someone who is really experienced. And that is also something I definitely learned, that Wikipedia is its own world, and you really have to find out how to navigate it. So as this is a very short overview of this, I'm happy to talk with anyone later of further experiences. We documented our results, which we had about 20 participants, and we ended up with about, yeah, we'll just go to the next 4 articles that are still online, which I think is a pretty good result. We have all kinds of statistics, but what also came out of this was that we now have a continuously monthly writing workshop where we once a month meet for everyone who wants to start, who wants to join, wants to continue, because one day of an editathon is just not enough to fully support the Wikipedia system and get the information out there that we want. Thank you.